Hello, 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 welcome back to another trek through the dungeon. Recently I completed the Octawitch run, and that was a very satisfying run for the OpPA wizard style to actually win the game with and all, and for those of you who've forgotten it, yay, Octawitch won the game. I promised once I was done with that run I'd get back to the My Little Pony run, and to be honest, I've actually been looking forward to it now, so mission accomplished in terms of taking a break. The next pony that I intend to run is Applejack. For those of you who know the character from the show, you know what she's all about and how she's nice, physically fit, works on the farm at Sweet Apple Acres, and other such stuff. For those of you who don't know or don't care about the show, good. Okay, good. Applejack's all loaded up. The key restrictions that I put on her for... Oh god, why is she a troglodyte? Oh no, troglodyte's correct, that's what I wanted. The key restrictions that I put on Applejack were that she had to be a berserker. She had to try to be primarily unarmed combat, so an unarmed combat specialist rather than some kind of hybrid or mix. And, oh, that's interesting. Why does it not allow me to... Oh, it's not manual mode, that's why. Yeah, she's allowed to be pure, or she's supposed to be pure unarmed combat. Now that said, for those of you who watch the show or know a little something about Applejack, you'll know that she does tend to mix it up from time to time and use a lasso with significant dexterity and skill, which in this game the closest equivalent would be the whip. For that reason, I will permit Applejack in-game to use a whip. That said, I'm going to try and avoid making it a primary weapon, since Applejack primarily, you know, she's a master of apple bucking with her own bare legs against trees. That's what she does. It's not generally thought of as, you know, being a weapon wielder type. Okay, I don't want to die prematurely, so I'm just going to berserk right now, and then deal with the hunger cost as it comes. With any luck, I should be able to get through the early stages of the game. That said, these early stages are probably the most dangerous for a character like this. Yeah, definitely put on better armor, because I have very few talents that are going to help me survive compared to the usual. That said, Berserker is one of the strongest classes to survive the early game, and Centaur has a fairly large health pool and guaranteed swiftness, because, well, not swiftness, but increased movement speed. So I do have the tools to get through it, provided I can survive for a little... What the hell? Okay, that hurt a lot. Let's try and get the gecko to follow me, and then just... Here we go. As far as unarmed combat is concerned, with a Centaur, you get a bonus, a bonus pittance would be the best word, a bonus pittance to damage, with your kicks, because you have hooves. So your basic unarmed attack has a decent modifier attached. Okay, that's gonna be, I want to butcher the bat, and then sack this one, and then I'll eat the bat. Oh my god, a floor 1 Centaur. This is not quite unheard of, but pretty close. Definitely calls for a berserk, and even then, I only had 1 health left, so yeah, that could have gone very, very south very, very fast. I'm definitely going to want to go dexterity for the rest of the game here, because if I recall correctly, the formula for... Oh, you've got to be kidding me. If I die to this thing after... that, it'll be insane. I need to use Trog's Hand immediately to buy myself what little extra health I can. I'm slowed, so he will catch me eventually. I mean, catch me enough to, you know, throw more stuff at me. Okay, I now have enough health that I could beat him if I get the right kicks, but he could still beat me if he gets the right kicks, so I'm just going to run away. Again, the first rule of Crawl, you do not have to fight everything. Eat some Centaur and wait. Okay, now let's fight. Boom. Just as I hoped, 1 hit and he died, but there was no guarantee of that. Yeah, centaurs should not ever spawn on floor 1. Definitely not with bow and arrows. Like floor 2 or 3. Maybe I spent a lot longer on that floor than I realized. No, it was less than 1,000 turns. What the hell, developers? Seriously, do you want people to not play this game? Whatever. Anyway, so as I was getting it too early, oh Christ, I want to break line of sight with Jessica. I don't want to get into a war with everyone at once. I'm still retreating into the unknown, which is dangerous, so let's get into a hallway. I think I can kill you. There we go. Okay. That's actually a rat corpse. Just eat that too. Yeah, centaurs hungering is one of the most irritating things I've ever dealt with in this game. Irritating, not difficult. Irritating. Because, as I've probably bemoaned much more often in previous videos, they have low value from eating meat, i.e. chunks, only marginally increased value from eating fruits, so it's not like the centaurs where you're not allowed, but at the same time you only need to eat 3 things and then you're good. And they also have high hungering, period, you know, not slow metabolism times 3. So put all this together and you find yourself constantly eating, having to eat brown chunks, which then make you nauseated, which then forbid you to eat for a long time, and it just sucks. In fact, on a berserker, nausea can actually be devastating, because if your hunger is at very hungry and you have nausea, you will not be able to berserk until you get back to normal status, and that could be a very long time. Certainly in a critical situation, there's no fast answers. The intention by the devs is that for version 0.13, I want to say, nausea will be... Go ahead and burn that. I wonder if I got the credit for that or if he got the credit for that, but whatever. But yeah, by version 0.13, I want to say, brown chunks will no longer cause nausea, and nausea as an effect will be removed from the game. Words cannot express how much I am looking forward to this happening. Okay, I've now clobbered my way through quite a bunch of stuff. Let's take a quick look at what the armor situation is. Ringmail is the strongest armor I've found. There's a glowing elven robe. I should quaff whatever I have 2 of, just to see what it is. There we go. Oh, poison darts, poison stuff this early is dead. Okay, we got a runed whip. Now, I am technically allowed to wield this if I so wish, but since I'm training unarmed combat, I might as well stick with it. Why is axes on? For Christ's sake, ugh. I've been bleeding experience for no good reason, apparently. That sucks. Let's quickly eat a bread ration, because I'm starving. I could have gone for a smaller food quantity, but I generally like keeping some smaller food available so that I can eat quickly, if needed. And Applejack loves apples, so we're going to keep those handy. That's the story. I'm sticking to it. Hide, 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 hide. Horsey hair and horsey hide, that's what I must save. Okay. I think that's all of them. But yeah, as you can see, Swiftness lets me control my engagements pretty well. Berserk lets me win engagements pretty well. And it's a good combination, really. Alrighty, hang on a second. Not want to deal with that while I'm playing. Alright, that's 3 floors in, 4th floor. Now, my piety is not nearly as good as I would like it to be. I guess I'm only on the 4th floor. So this is reasonable. I don't have the time to slaughter this corpse, but I don't want to leave it here, so I'm going to pick it up and then carry it with me. I'm going to pre-berserk against ogres, because with an ogre, you never know. It could just straight up one-shot you if you don't. Where's that? Oh yeah, I didn't butcher it. Drop, cut, eat. I think I can take the doggone head on. I totally can. Dex, and then another enemy, and another enemy. You'll notice that the first skill I opted to max was my fighting skill, if I recall correctly. Yeah, and I'm primarily focusing on that. Unarmed combat does not really become that useful, just based on the formulas and my own gestalt, so, you know, take this with a grain of salt. But it doesn't become that useful until around level 9 or 10. And then at that point, you finally are probably dealing more damage with it than you would if you just picked up a decently enchanted weapon and started using that instead. Now, given that I am required to play this character as a unarmed character, rather than having the luxury of picking up a good branded weapon and working with that till my unarms are ready. Ooh, definitely gonna go inside. I have no known cure for poison. I have several potions that are contenders. So this is a very dangerous place to be. But at the same time, I don't want to throw a hand axe at you. Let's throw some basic darts. Yay, we got him. I do have a Trog's Hand, which should theoretically heal me faster than poison. So yeah. Alright. Oh, God. Purgy is a troll. But I think I can kill him. I am, after all, Berserker. I am one of the strongest classes in the game. Let's wait for him to round the corner. He'll round the corner next turn, so let's be Berserked when he gets here, and then we'll just beat him up. Done. Now, what I should have done if I was playing smarter, and I should be playing as smart as I can, would have been to pre-eat, or quaff my agility potion, which I have already confirmed the identity of. And that would have meant that I was even less likely to get damaged, because +5 to dex is huge. But I didn't, and it worked out okay because Berserker's OP. Okay, cleared that out. By the way, I picked up black potions and inky potions, which means that those are probably good potions in some capacity or the other. So I just reassigned them to the letters A and B so that, you know, I'll theoretically remember them next time. I have to take a wild guess if I don't get to play the ID game some other way. Ooh, what is this? A negative robe. Well, gauntlets are gauntlets. So let's go ahead and grab a pair of those and throw those on. And drop this. And any good armors yet? Nothing. I'm not gonna... I mean, there is a scale armor somewhere. I should not say nothing. That's definitely something. Prince Ribbit I can definitely beat, but I don't want to risk doing it without Berserk, so we're going to Berserk him again. That was stupid of me. Of course he's going to blink, and at the moment he does, I'm in trouble. I'm going to continue running away. Even though I'm slowed, he has to reach me first, and his blinkahol means that I'll probably be able to wait out my slow just fine. Now that I have line of sight broken, I'll eat, so that I'm ready to re-berserk if needed. Okay, we're good. Any food? There is a Choco sitting on D1 somewhere, if I have to go dig for it. Let's burn that. Kick this thing to death. I love that it adds on the auxiliary attacks. You kick X. Fun fact about auxiliary attacks, if you... Oh, an artifact ring. I'll get back to what I was saying in a second. What is it? RLEC, RC, and Stealth++. Not that great, but for this stage of the game, it's fantastic. Yeah, fun fact is, you know how there's slaying bonuses that give you plus to hit or plus to attack? Slaying 1,3, for example, would mean +1 to hit and +3 to attack. Beyond whatever the weapon already gives you. Well, those things work on your fists. And they work separately for your auxiliary attacks. So if I get an ordinary kickoff, plus I get an ordinary unarmed attack, plus I get a auto kick attack, they're both going to give me the plus whatever of my slaying bonuses. And if you can stack enough slaying bonuses, this can add up to something very significant pretty quickly. I dare not pre-berserk. I'm going to attempt to just beat him up. I'm pretty sure he casted teleport because he looked marginally unstable before, so he probably teleported himself elsewhere, which is fine. The fact that I could hold my own is all I needed, really, to know. That's another floor complete. Let's test this wand on this really weak guy. Ugh. Unfortunately, I can't kick him in the face because I'm loyal to him, or he's loyal to me. Or, because Applejack is a loyal creature who wouldn't do that kind of thing. But I will let him follow me around, and if he ever betrays me, he'll know what it means to betray the Apple family. You betrayed me! Die! Yeah, let's have a ring mail and ditch the leather armor. I'm basically building my way up to plate, is the overarching plan here. But I'm doing it kind of lackadaisically because I'm not that worried about it early on. And I have the sneaking suspicion that I don't actually have the ability to manage to wear that kind of thing without any difficulty. Watch, because I hit him with a dart, look at my experience. It's 96%, right? He is going to burn up by himself, and my experience went up to 98%. In other words, if you ever see a vault like this, do your best to tag the creatures inside it, so that when they die, you get the experience. Otherwise, they're just considered neutral deaths and you get nothing. Oh, I can't just wear shoes. I need horseshoes. Okay, continuing my search. Oh, it's an ogre and a poisonous snake. And I do have food to eat, so I'm going to berserk. And I've already eaten that food, so we'll take a chance on the goblin and eat that too. Okay, I have a new ring. I'm not going to berserk this time. I don't know, I just feel risky. There we go, it's not a big deal. Also, you know, part of the reason I can afford to feel risky is because I've been building my fighting skills this whole time, so my health pool is becoming more and more resistant to the risk of one-shot free. Oh, a shield. I wonder how that would play out. Alive, movement speed, attack speed is average, slightly resistant to hostile enchantments, unstealthy. That's fine. My attack speed is still fine, and it's a reasonably good shield. It gives me a fair amount of protection from blows. I don't know if I'm still going to get auxiliary attacks, but by the looks of it, you hit the bat, you kick the bat. So it sounds like I am. So I don't know that I want to train shields exactly, because they become less useful and more of a hindrance. If IRC, I'll have to look it up later. But for the short term, I see no problem in keeping them on, and heck, maybe even throwing some training at it just to improve the benefits a little further. That orc priest is perfectly positioned to ruin my day. None of these are really worth buying right now. Enchant weapon will be useless to me for the entire game, actually. Yeah, I'm just going to leave these be for now. That orc is much more powerful than I am, but with the aid of Berserk, I should be able to just knock him down in a heartbeat and then steal his chainmail, which is exactly what I intend to do. Attack speed has now been dropped to below average because of the combined armor and shield penalty. So let's go ahead and remove the shield. Is it my only source of something? It is my only source of resist necro. Tell you what, we'll take it off, but I'll hang on to it. And if ever there's a situation where I need resist necro, I'll run away and put it back on. You know, like an enemy that can drain me or something. Oh my god, die already. Friggin' worm, how do you dodge so much? Orc Wizard just went invisible. So let's attack the space that he's clearly standing on until he moves. Okay, now I'm dying. So activate Trog's Hand to help me regenerate. I'm gonna Berserk because I really want these guys dead now rather than later when they get me first. And that worked out just fine. I'm all healed up. Hunger status is acceptable. And apparently there's some really fancy boots here, but I just missed the way to get to them. Oh, and of course, I can't pick up those boots and wear them because the game knows that I'm playing a centaur, so that's why it gives me artifact boots. Okay, again, bad situation. Berserk. And all of a sudden the bad situation is completely to my advantage. The reason I'm being so liberal with my Berserk is that enemy I butchered gave me like 4 chunks, so I had a lot of food to go through. And, you know, because prioritize life over anything. Okay, seems to me this floor is fairly well cleared. Let's back off. Don't want to eat an apple. You know what? I'm just going to kick you in the face. Nope, can't do this without Berserk. Okay, there's my food source. Yoink. Grab this, run off with it, drop it, butcher it, butcher it. Oh, don't eat it though. Eating takes 2 turns, at least. Let's run away again. Close the door, eat, eat. And now that I'm no longer starving, berserk and kill everything. Oh, that was a long, long distance. Those 2 potions that I put at the top are speed, and indeed, one of them was helpful like I thought, curing. I'm just going to activate regen and MR to hopefully make it harder for him to smite me again, and then beat him up until he dies. Good. So I ended up burning a lot of resources because of an overextend there, where I tried to chase down the Orcish Priest instead of retreating as my berserk ran out. I am clearly out of practice, having spent as long as I did just playing an overpowered firestorming octopus. That priest is going to follow me. That's fine. I want him to follow me. I want him to follow me all the way into here, where suddenly he's face to face with me. And all of a sudden, he doesn't feel so good about smite targeting now, does he? Religious orcish asshole. Iguanas are surprisingly scary at this early stage of the game, so berserk is in order. Unfortunately, I have no food status and no extra food, so I'm going to try kicking him until he bites me, and then I'll run away. And he died before I did, so that's all good. I am now starving, so I have to eat. I will eat a meat ration. The reason I'm prioritizing meat over bread is I'm kind of trying to save the high-yield resources for later. Not that there's ever going to be a later, probably, but whatever. Definitely want to put on regen before I berserk this time, because the MR will help me against both of these guys. And then just sacrifice everything. Not going to sacrifice this frog, though. I clearly could use the food. It disturbs me that in this game I cannot see hunger ever being a non-issue. I hope I get Gourmand eventually. That would be nice. Amulet of the Gourmand would go a long way. In fact, let me just double check my inventory. I've been going pretty fast. Make sure I haven't left anything out. There's a couple rings I've never bothered to identify. Let's do that now. No. Let's identify the potions first. So P and V. Okay, that's it for now. Let's test wear all of these rings. Okay, no help there. Let's actually just read identify on one of them at least then. The one of them is cursed, so presumably not good for me. And I don't even care what it is. I'm going to take it off as soon as I can. Let's read the scroll I have the most of. Then the second most. Oh my god, that was a blink scroll. Nice. Second most again. Still? Remove curse, finally. We're going to take off whatever this cursed ring is. And thanks to my artifact, I don't actually need multiple stacks of resist cold this early, so I will... Well, I guess I don't need levitation either, so I'll just keep it like this, and then swap levitation in if I ever decide I need to force a levitate somehow. I'll kick you in the face. I'll kick you right in the net. Okay, how's my skilling going? Fighting is at 8.8, unarmed combat is 5.5. So far, so good. You know, maybe my strategy is ass backwards. I did already identify that unarmed combat doesn't really start kicking in until you have at least 9 in it. And in a character where I am obligated to do nothing but unarmed combat, you would think that my priority would be to get it online as fast as possible. Ooh, that's an electric eel. So what I'm going to do is back off to a safe distance and put on my resist electricity. Oh, I'm already wearing it. It's the ring. Perfect. Then I'll just charge up to it. Maybe... Oh! Okay, Centaur. This is the 4th floor, that's legitimate. I can outrun a centaur probably, so I'm just going to lead it onto this narrow corridor. And I'm going to wait until the newt covers the distance. I'm getting attacked by the orc and by him, but again, as you can see, I'm not exactly concerned about the level of aggro that I've pulled here. Pulled aggro. It's a WoW term. Let's go ahead and eat everything up. Okay. Anybody else want to die today? I'm not running a service, but I'm happy to be your executioner. Kick you in the face, sacrifice you. Kick you in the face, sacrifice you. Kick you in the face, run away because there's at least 2 very powerful orcs. Oh, no, no, come after me. Please come after me. Kick you a couple times. Kick you a couple times. Berserk. Kill the powerful orcs. And if I recall, yep, I did manage to level up my skills again in that time. Fighting has hit level 9. I would reduce it to a trickle, but it's already there. I want to start getting my armor and dodging up, actually, to be honest. Especially armor, because I feel like that's what's hampering my ability to wear the shield, is that my armor skill is 0, yet I'm trying to wear heavy armor. Unfortunately, I also know that at a -3 penalty, these early game experience quantities are not really going to shift it that much. You know what? I don't intend to charge my way into certain death. We will leave them for now and come back to them later. You know, when I need to enter the Orcish mines, if ever. Dex, 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 Dex. I might eventually put 2 points into intelligence just because 8 is a good magic number for how high you should get your skills. But, clearly I'm not that concerned. I'm much more concerned with surviving at all than what I'm going to do if I get to the post-endgame and need to worry about stat drain. Let's lose the ring mail at this point because I'm already wearing better with chainmail. How's my attack speed still? Above average? Good. You'll notice it has continued to increase. That's on account of the unarmed combat training. Come on, where's the rest of your goddamn gnolls? You know what? I'm just going to charge you down. I mean, if you're not bringing anyone else with you. There's the rest of you. Why don't you come one at a time again, so that I can kick you in the face. Alright. This could be bad. Imps are a bitch, so let me get out of this floor right now. Because I'm also kind of playing around with starvation. Okay, I'm just going to go upstairs again, and then continue separating out my foes that way. Okay, clearly I'm starving, so I'm going to eat a big, healthy bread ration right now and fix that for a while. I have several of them, so it's not like I'm out by any stretch of imagination. Next floor down was just a gnoll. Yep, so he's dead, and that leaves one gnoll. That resist electricity has paid for itself, and now I have a wand of lightning to punish others with the same. Wow, I just got 2 more bread rations. I'm going to read this scroll right away. Hell, I'm just going to go through all my scrolls right now and read them, see what I get. Teleport, I should have thought before doing this, because teleport could kill me. Probably not, though, but could. Elven Bracers of Archery. Would that I were playing an archerer, sir. Definitely want to get Regen and Berserk online ASAP before I get poisoned to death. Regen first so that I can be Berserked and maintain it. And we'll go ahead and butcher one of these. I know that at least one of the bees made it out alive. There's presumably one more, because usually you don't see the full hive ASAP. But it's cool. Let me, in fact, just get upstairs or something. No, I'm just gonna do it again. Same regen. If it's just 1 stack of poison, it's not that scary. It's when it gets to 2 stacks that it's really scary, even with regen. Will you guys stop dogging me? I'm just trying to heal up. There you go, kick you in the face. Okay, and what have I picked up? Nothing, and... Cool. Back downstairs. There could still be more bees, so I'm gonna be very cautious not to stray too far from the stairs, or at the very least to maintain an open line of sight, since I can theoretically run pretty fast myself, but bees can outrun me. This is either going to be enchant weapon or enchant armor, or enchant recharging or enchant weapon, or enchant armor. If it's recharging, I don't care because neither of these needs recharging. So let's pretend it's enchant armor and put it on my gauntlets. It was in fact a scroll of recharging. The next one that I don't know will be armor, and thus I have identified. Let's go ahead and kick you in the face. That looks like a potion of speed. Yep. Kick you, butcher you, eat you. That was a spear trap. Ow, ow, ow. Kick you. No, 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 no. I'm not sure what potions I still haven't ID'd, so I'm just gonna quaff ID a lot of these right now. Oh, crap. That was a mutation potion, and it was in fact a very bad one for me. Well, a bad one for me. It could have been a lot worse, I guess. I'm tempted to drink the second one right away as well, because usually if you have some bad ones, you don't get worse ones. And yeah, as you can see, the result was I grew scales, I feel healthier, I feel clumsy. Oh no, I feel healthier, that's it. You feel clumsy just means that the body deteriorating went into play. I'm not sure what you feel healthier means. Let's drink G. The good news is I didn't get the real killer mutations of teleportitis and the like. This is a big part of the reason why you're supposed to use your identify scrolls early game on potions, because a single bad potion can end your game. Gonna instantly kill this guy, because that staff can randomly send you to the abyss otherwise. Very low probability, but it's always a chance. Eat, continue my running. And I admit that time I ate just because I have such an excess of food that I didn't really feel like being conservative. Alright, let's go ahead and push the thing. Next floor. We'll go ahead and kick an eyeball in the face. Or in the eye, I guess. Which actually sounds very painful when I think about it. Let's not think about it anymore. Wait, was that a dart? It just occurs to me, I don't have very many throwables, and since I didn't forbid throwables, it's important to have a few. I disarmed that trap and grabbed myself some darts. Sack it, move it. Come on, follow me, follow me. I'm not scared of your pitchy poison. If you can close to melee distance, centaurs tend to be stupid, which is good. Okay, I would say that, oh sweet, I'm gonna go back to those javelins. Part of the reason why I'm okay with throwing is because Applejack is a known athlete. Let's let Doan and Duvessa follow me in. They're not following. Okay, they are following. Good. I'll just kick you and burn you. That hurts. She's got a wand of flame, huh? I'm gonna berserk to kill them. Beautiful, got them both. And there was a wand tried by monster. Oh, that's gonna be a wand of fire, not a wand of flame, because I already have ID'd the wand of flame. So it's gonna be something else. Let me just... Is it out? Shit, okay, it's out, so I don't actually get that in my proofs. No matter. Next time I pick up a scroll of recharging, I'll be able to prove the ID on both. And if it is a wand of fire, that's actually a weapon I really like. No! No, I berserked. She took a step towards me and then hit me with the dagger, and it happened to be the teleport because it's a distortion dagger, so it can do random stuff. The good news is, it looks like I'll be able to earn my way into this corner before I lose berserk status. The bad news is that could very well have killed me, so that was kind of scary. Let's grab this poison dagger, not because I'm going to use it, quite the contrary. I wish I could, but I can't. No, I'm grabbing it because that way I won't get it used against me again. Poison scares me. When it can stack like 2 or 3 times, yeah, it's pretty scary. Okay, I'm not sure why you're here. There's really nothing that you can do to me, though. I'm wearing a few clothes that are corrodable, but I don't really care about any of them. Yeah, the gauntlets have become -1 gauntlets, so I'm just dropping them now. And other than the elven bracers of archery, the reason I didn't go for those is that if you don't do archery, it slows down your attacks. Pikehill, are you using a reaching whip? You are not. Berserk, because I knew he was going to swap places. He did, and now he's dead. Sack it, and there we go, Flame Whip. I am a fan of this. Now what I'm going to do is hang on to this Flame Whip, which technically is allowed, and if I ever need the status effect of Flame, I have it. There really isn't a situation I can... Oh, crap. There really isn't that many situations I can conceive of where I would want that particular status effect, though, on a whip. Run. I don't know where they are, but at least one of them's at large and invisible. Apparently I didn't do that fast enough, so the meat that I made earlier rotted. Let's ID this scroll, and ID the ring. Actually, see invisible would be awesome. Am I being drained? Quite probably. I should actually read and see. Nope, nothing here says that I was drained. That's good. That isn't to say that they might not be using draining weapons that just fail to proc, but I am going to put on my regeneration just so that I can continue fighting. I have resist elect, so Sky Beast isn't that scary right now. Let's burn him. Eustacio, on the other hand, is fucking terrifying to a melee character. His spam animal summons require tools to deal with or good timing, and I have neither right now. This, on the other hand, I have. Oh, but I was too hungry to berserk. Shoot. Missed out on my opportunity. Let's just leave this floor. Let's, in fact, find a different entrance to the... Oh, right. I got tele-stabbed. And these two are disjointed, so let's try this new upstairs. And I'm starving, so bread ration and move on. Next floor. Come at me, bro. I'll take you two upstairs first. Okay, next I will take you, and how are my clothes? They're all still good, or positive at least. And we'll just kick this orc, sorcerer, whatever. Yeah, we're gonna sack the rat, and then kick you, and then there's nothing else to sack. Wand house. Hasting would be really nice to have handy. All this other stuff I don't really care for, except maybe cold, and I don't want to pay for any of it, and digging might be, so for the time being we're just gonna ignore the wand shop. But it's a good thing that we have it available for if we have money without resources later on. Alrighty. Damn, police, shut the fuck up. I don't... Sorry. Last scroll. Scroll of silence. I hope I don't have to berserk before it goes out. Oops, that's a manticore. I might very well. Let's run. There's the manticore. Let's kill him. Quaff test. Now that I've already found out the mutation potion, albeit the most painful way possible, by drinking it, I'm no longer worried about test drinking every potion. Sure, I potentially miss out on a good, potion for use later, but it's much cheaper than spending ident scrolls on every single one of them. Trolls can do a deceptively huge amount of damage, so I almost always berserk against them. Oh, come on, come at me. I'm not exhausted anymore. I hope he didn't blink. He didn't blink. Good. Okay. That is... the hunger. Constantly hungry. That's another floor. And we'll just get started on whacking these guys. Something fierce. Sack the shark. I have no intention of eating it. Fish, on the other hand, is clean corpse, so we'll go with that. Dog on water does not get any bonuses. In fact, I think it gets a penalty. Bees, on the other hand, are a good reason to urgently retreat and pull them one at a time. Because poison is a bitch. In fact, let's try a different door. Heal up. Go in. I just realized that Trog is not going to have anything to gift me since I, Oh, this is going to be the enchant armor, so we'll put it on the cloak. That way, all my eggs are in one basket, so if I get a replacement cloak, it sucks, but if I get a replacement anything else, perfect. And this is the recharging, and that's almost certainly a wand of fire, so I'll know that later if I ever intend to shoot it. At any rate, it's what I was being shot at by one of those two sisters. Ooh, evade ring is a huge plus. Magical power is pointless, and I don't know what that is. So put on evade ring and ID the ring that I don't know. I'm wearing a ring of hunger? When the hell did that happen? Okay, we're removing that right now and putting back on the ring of evasion. Jesus. Eat a choco and keep moving. Test quaff, magic potion. Let's go ahead and ditch that ring of magical power now that I think about it. It's only ever going to be useful in tandem with an amulet of magical guardian or whatever it's called. Oh, this is an important trick. If you're just hitting the direction over and over to do the attack instead of tab attacking, be sure to hold control so you don't take a step in that direction when the space is vacated. Toss our darts at you, and you got away. Bummer. Thank God for Appleajck and that artifact. It's made so much easier, but these near impossible challenges would have been otherwise. I would have just avoided this whole area. Lose the bats. Butcher, eat, okay, we will continue raising fighting and armed combat, but now I'm going to add a trickle of armor to the list, just to start increasing that. My attack speed should be above average still, good. I'm going to test it with the shield on in a moment. First I'm going to get out of this fight. Test it with the you're still here. Test it with the shield on. Despite my sickness. Attack speed is no longer above average, it is merely average, but I will settle for that for the benefit of having plus 15 shield stat, and thus the potential to block attacks once moreover. Nope, you're gonna have to come to me, wizard. I'll meet you halfway and kick you in the face there. So far Applejack has done quite well. She hasn't had any real difficulty doing anything, and admittedly, while I'm not playing this the same exact way I would be playing a Minotaur Berserker, I must admit the overall flow of the game is basically unchanged. At least at this early stage, it's a matter of auto attack or basic attack an enemy repeatedly until they do something that forces you to think twice in Berserk. And hell, because of the superior speed, I would even say I have one option a Minotaur doesn't have, namely to run. We're going to switch to exploding darts, just because I can guarantee that they'll explode in the right spot, and then switch back. Sacrifice all this stuff, butcher, eat, regen everything. God help me if it's a fake entrance to the lair, but I really... Oh, bummer, that hurt. Come on, try this again. Troll could potentially kill me in one shot from 46 health, but he's not gonna. That would require me to be very unlucky. I've seen a troll deal 53 damage in one turn once, though admittedly it was to an unarmored caster. Come and get me, you stupid centaur. I'll close the door in your face, and then when you come to the door to open it, I will bash your head in. Okay, that's a bardiche, I think, or a halberd. No, it's a glaive, yeah, so not taking my chances. But he did drop ruined plate mail, which is something I desperately want, so we're going to go ahead and put that on. It is plus 4 plate mail. My attack speed is now below average, which is a very good reason to not engage in a fight just yet. I'm going to take off the shield. Attack speed is now average again, so now I'll fight again. It is so important to have good attack damage, good attack speed. Unarmed combat skill trains both the damage it does as well as the speed at which it goes, which obviously translates to how much damage you can do per round. Unarmed combat's pretty friggin' awesome for what it does, basically. But at the end of the day, it's still unarmed combat. Okay, I'm gonna die here, so let's put on regen really quickly. I really don't want to berserk until I'm just fighting them one-on-one. This is as good a spot as I'm gonna get, so here it goes. Kill the one flanking me first, and then start killing the rest. And with any luck, that was all of them, and I'm not just going to get re-ambushed in a second. That's always the big concern when you go berserk against a killer bee swarm, is hoping it's the whole swarm. Why are you dropping a mace? Shit. Because the game... yeah, because he's going to keep trying to get me to accept a gift, and... No matter. Let's go ahead and test ID this next, or read ID this next scroll. Come on, I can kick a shark's ass, and I can kick a goldfish, and butcher the goldfish and eat the goldfish. And when that shark comes, I can kick it too. Okay. Armor goes up a point. Attack speed is still average. Once attack speed goes above average, I'll consider putting the shield on again. Butcher and eat, even if it's contaminated. Sacrifice. Okay, this lore is about done. Let's enter the lair. And because I have successfully made it to the lair in one run, one video, that was pretty awesome. So, oh shit, this has become a long video. So yeah, definitely gonna call it the quits here. Hope you enjoyed watching. So far, Applejack is doing just fine. I will see you guys next time.